I'm going to talk about what is the Book of Common Point. Okay? What is the Book of Common Point? What is the Common Point philosophy? I'm going to try to break it down. I did a video on this a few years ago, and I think I need to do an update. Okay? First, I'm going to start with, I've got my windows open, and you can hear cars coming by. Ooh. You might hear a garbage truck. You might hear an airplane, because I live close to the Orlando International Airport. But what is the Book of Common Point? What is the Common Point philosophy? I am going to try to, in 20 minutes, explain the philosophy. I'm not going to go about the history of it, because it's, well, there's an electric car going by. I never will own one. I can't stand them. If it rains, they blow up. Anyway, you hear some cars going by, just ignore it. We're just going to keep going. I'm not going to go into the history of it, because you can go to my other videos and look at the history, how it got developed over the course of 60 years of my life, developing this philosophy. Let's break it down to the simplest terms for you guys. It is not a religion. It's not a, it's a philosophy. It's a philosophy to live by, and that I've lived by for almost all my adult life. Since I became into my late 20s, all my adult life, I followed the philosophy that's in this book. It has made me wealthy. It has made me comfortable. It has helped me develop a better mindset. It's helped me develop a better attitude towards life in general. So how can the Common Point philosophy and the content in this book help you and guide you? First, it is a non-religious philosophy. One of the main key reasons I wrote the book was, not to go too much into history, is that I grew up a Catholic, and I saw all the damage that religion does to people. I saw all the control, the mind control, the Kool-Aid drinking, and all the damage that it does to people. If you look at the world today, we are literally on the brink of World War III because of religion. My religion's right, your religion's wrong. My religion needs to be the number one religion. Your religion needs to be kicked to the curb. You can't have a homeland because we don't follow what you believe because what you believe is wrong. In a nutshell, they're all wrong, okay? I'm not saying the religion's wrong. I'm saying the mindset is wrong. Believing that you are the only right belief system. This is the only way, it's my way or the highway, okay? I got so sick of being around that bullshit when I was a kid. I went to Catholic school, I went to catechism, I went to communion, I went to confirmation, I went to all the stuff my parents put me through. We drank the Kool-Aid. Not by choice, okay? I honestly think the worst thing an adult can do to a child is indoctrinate them in a certain kind of way of thinking, okay? I think that when a child gets old enough to reason, have some logic, critical thinking, what they're thinking about, what their mindset is, when they get in maybe in their teens and maybe in their 20s, then you can start talking about this is a religion. This is what you can get from this religion. Or this is what you get from this philosophy. But when you take a 7-year-old, 8-year-old, very impressionable mind, and you push all this crap into their heads, which they did with me, it takes you years to deprogram yourself. It's taken me a lifetime. And still, to this day, I go, it's there. It's always going to be there. It's an evil thing to do. It really is an evil thing to do, to make your children believe what you believe. So, that said, Common Point is about keeping a complete open mind about Nobody is absolutely right. There's no absolute right answer to what you believe in. Okay? At Common Point, the philosophy of Common Point is about believing in source. I had to come up with a name of it. It's not soul. It's not spirit. It's not religion. It's not God. Okay? Let me make this really clear. I'm not saying I do not believe there could be a God. And I am not an atheist. I am one of those people that you would call an agnostic. Okay? Bring me the evidence. Bring me the truth. Show me in tangible form how all this was created, how the world was created, how I was created, how life continues. Show me that. If you can prove to me that there is a God, I'll believe in a God. But who's God? Okay? There's over probably 300 religions on this planet. Because human beings, the way we're designed, we got to believe in something. Okay? That's just the way we are. We got to believe something did this. Because the way we think, we have to think in the terms of, like, oh, wait a minute. There's a tree over there. Who made the tree? Who made me? Because we can think like that, you know? Because that's where our logic works. We want answers. We always want answers. We always want answers to the questions. And we put that question out there. Who is God? What is God? Where is God? There is no answers to that question yet, okay? So because there's no answers to those questions, we create religions. We pile a bunch of stones. We worship Jesus. There's so many different religions. We have a totem pole. Whatever, you know. We believe in source. But what I want to be clear on with the Common Point philosophy, it is not a religion. When I say I believe, I'm saying I assume there's an entity called source. And source is in everything that exists. My hand, my shirt, the camera, the curtain behind me, the car driving by, the planet, the water, all the animals in the park, the trees, the moss, the water. Everything has source in it. It's an element that creates life. Also, in my philosophy, I truly believe that we can tap into source, or we can create source to create a better life for ourselves. That's where the motivational part of it comes in, as far as Common Point is concerned. And when I talk about, you know, I want you to tap into source, and I want you to think about something like, you know, I want a better life, or I want a better job, or I want to buy a house, and I want to buy a car, I want to find the love of my life. It's not wishful thinking. It's not thinking, praying. It's just connecting, understanding the connection to source. By doing that, you can create a better life. I hope this is making sense. It's 300 pages. This book is 300 pages. And there's a lot in here, but I'm trying to break it down to its common denominator, just such a simple breakdown that you can get it, okay? And if you want to buy my book, you can go in the link below after this video is done, and you click on Buy Me a Coffee, and you can buy my book. I believe I have it listed as $80. That's expensive. It's worth it. Because the content in this book, if you follow it, if you understand it, I don't want you to believe it. I want you to believe in yourself. The book is about you digging out and believing in your own possibilities. The book is about you connecting to source, whatever that may be. I did a video a few years ago about Simone Biles and her being on the balancing beam, okay? And about her connecting to source. When she was on that beam, she became part of that beam. She not only became part of the beam that she was working out on or doing her routine on. She also was part of the floor, part of the arena, part of the people. All that brings that source, for lack of a better word, energy to her. And when she's laser focused on her routine and she becomes one, like my fingers, my hands, my two hands come together and they become one unit, okay? When she becomes one unit or one entity on the balancing beam, she's not separated from the balancing beam. She's not a human on a beam. They are as one. She's one with the beam. The beam's one with the floor. The floor is one with the crowd, with the surrounding people. When we understand that, when she did that, she became one of the greatest athletes in the world. And you can do this with anything, okay? If you want to buy a house, I talk about this in my other videos. If you want to buy a house, immerse yourself in the process. Immersion is part of the compound philosophy. You immerse yourself into the process 110%. You say, honey, we're going to buy a house. You don't just go online and look at houses. That's part of it. But you get in your car and you go out. I did this in California. That's how I bought my first house. I would go and look at model houses. I'd walk through the house. I'd sit on the beds. I'd sit in the living room. I'd watch other people come through and go, oh, it's a nice house. Yeah, I'm going to buy it. Oh, it's my house. I already own it. It's mine. I put my pile of rocks down. And I would go back every day. And I'd walk through the model and I'd talk to the agent. And I kept doing it and doing it and doing it. I became a pest. But by doing that, I immersed myself in that environment of buying that house. And over the course of 3 months to 4 months, the means came to me to buy the house. In the Common Point philosophy, never worry about the means. Don't think, oh, I got to save so much money to buy a car. I got to save so much money to buy a house. I got to save so much money to go to college or go to school. Yes, I'm not saying you should not, I'm not saying you shouldn't save money for that purpose. But that is not the purpose. That is part of the purpose, okay? So when you say you want to go to college, you want to go, let's say there's a relatively famous video and movie school here called Full Sail. You want to go to Full Sail, okay? Or you want to study film and film industry. You want to get into that kind of thing. Just start. Immerse yourself into that environment. Go to the local junior college. Take one class. If you can't take one class and you're broke, go to the campus. Walk around on the campus. Walk around on the campus like you're going to college. Spend time on the campus. 2 days, 3 days, 4 days a week, even if it's 45 minutes. Go on, hang out with the students. If you do that enough times, if you immerse the immersion of that, when you immerse yourself enough times into that environment of going to that campus, the means will come for you to go to that school. That's how the Common Point philosophy works. It's not about praying or wishful thinking. That's what praying is. Praying is wishful thinking. I wish this will happen to me. I wish a better life. I want to materialize a better life. I want to, I can't think of the word right now, but so many people are thinking, you can just think things happen. It's not thinking things to happen. It's acting upon them in order for them to be noticeable, okay? So backing up, excuse me, that is what the Common Point philosophy is basically in a nutshell. It's about immersion into anything that you want. And the other key, and this is very important, hang on, it's a little warm in here. The other key to this philosophy is this. You have to, I totally lost my train of thought. Oh, edit. Edit. Maybe not, maybe to come back to me. It went out the window. Oh my God. I was talking about wishful thinking. Life does not revolve around wishful thinking. Life does not happen because of praying or wishful thinking. Or, God, what is that damn word? I can't think of the word. I had a problem with this in the other video I did. Not materialize. Whatever. I can't think of it. We'll just leave it go. So what I want you to do is this. I want you to just focus on whatever you want. Oh, here it is. Came back to my head. Whatever you focus on, whatever your desires are, if it's a physical thing, if it's an emotional thing, if it's the love of your life, if it's going to school, if it's buying a house, it's whatever you want to do, you've got to make your brain believe it's a need. Because the human mind will not find a want. It will not discover for you a want. It will only find a need. Basic human nature, basic nature will only give to us, life will only give to us what we need. I keep burping, sorry. I had hot dogs. Human life as it is today, as we know life, the planet Earth, will not give to you what you want. It will only give to you what you need. It will not give to you more than what you can handle. It will not give to you more than what you need, okay? A good example of this is this. There are people that are extremely wealthy, okay? Millionaires, billionaires. They have more than what they need, okay? And because they have more than what they need, a lot of them live miserable lives, okay? They live a miserable life because they're so sunk into that greed. This is all mine, it's mine. It destroys them. It destroys them as a human being, okay? So back to the philosophy. Hold the book up. I'll take the glare off the book. The common point philosophy is not a religion. Also, car going by. I am trying to build my tribe. Not a cult. I'm trying to build my tribe. You can be part of my tribe. I call my tribe seekers. People, a seeker is a person that seeks knowledge, that seeks a better life, that seeks a better connection to life. That's a seeker, okay? I have a lot of people that follow me. I call them seekers. They're my seekers. Because they want to live a fulfilled, great life. They're doing that. And you can do that as well by being a seeker, not by being a follower. Religions make you a follower. Common Point makes you a seeker. Common Point philosophy makes you a seeker of knowledge, a seeker of wisdom, a seeker of what's right, what's wrong, a seeker of what dignity is, a seeker of a good life. That's the Common Point philosophy. It's not a religion. Religions have followers. You don't want to be a follower. I don't want you following me. I don't want it. I don't want a cult. I don't want that responsibility. It's a horrible responsibility. I don't want to start a religion because it's bullshit. All religions are bullshit, okay? Because you have to be a follower. If you are a follower of a particular religion, sit down and really, really think hard why you follow that religion. If it's on a very surface level, it makes me feel better, it makes me feel fuzzy and warm, I like to go to church, I don't have a problem with that. I do not have a problem with that. It's when you become so deeply entrenched in being a follower, then you are in a cult, okay? All religions are cults. Christianity is a cult. All religions are cults. The definition of a cult basically is, this is the way you're going to believe. It's our way or the highway. They don't believe like you believe, so you need to hate them, okay? This is the way we believe. It's the right way. Don't believe the way they believe, or we'll throw you out of the church, or we'll ban you, or we'll banish you, okay? That's a cult. That is a cult. And our world right now is on the brink of a world war in Israel because of friggin' cults, because of the bullshit of the religious cults. Not to go too much into politics. That's one of the reasons why I created the Convoy philosophy. Also, I started talking about earlier, I am going to, come hell, use this phrase, come hell or high water. I don't believe in hell or heaven, but I'm going to buy some property somewhere, I'm not sure where, most likely northeast, maybe Maine, maybe Vermont, depending on what thing happens in this country, maybe Canada. I'm going to buy about 100 acres of land. I want to build a retreat where you can come and be like-minded with this philosophy, like-minded with other seekers, okay? The other part of this philosophy, we are heading down a very, very dark road with artificial intelligence. We're heading down I watched a video the other day, Elon Musk introduced his robots walking and his cars driving themselves. It is a world, it is a very dark world this man is creating. He's a danger to human existence. Elon Musk is a danger to human existence. We will lose our human essence, we'll lose our human dignity, we'll lose our human freedoms if we buy into that BS, okay? It's very scary because he's a very, very wealthy man and he's doing a lot of stuff that's going to turn our world upside down where humans will not be needed. Humans will not be needed. Think about that. Humans will not be needed. That's the world this man is trying to create. Oh, well, we're going to go to Mars. Really? Why don't we fix what's going on on this planet? Why don't we fix the pollution problem on this planet? Why don't we clean up our air? Why don't we not have so many people on this planet? Why don't we figure out how to have the best world right now on planet Earth before we bring all our trash, all our religious bullshit, all our greed to another planet? Why don't we do that first? Would it make more sense? But no, he is on a journey, ego journey, greed journey. I want to be the man known for colonizing Mars. He is what I call an educated idiot, okay? He's an educated idiot. It's very scary. That's the other reason why I want to establish my retreat. I really believe that over the next few years, I might be long gone. I don't know. But I think what's going to happen is we are going to see a division of the sheep and the idiots, the intellectual idiots, and all the ones that follow them are going to go off the cliff. And the ones that want to live an organic life, a human life, remain human, remain intact as human beings on this planet, will go this way. We're going to see a division. That's all in this book. That's all in this book. Okay? I got off the beaten trail a bit, but I just wanted to give you a basic, fundamental grasp of what Common Point was. Okay? Buy the damn book. Okay? Email me if you want to at commonpointemail@aol.com, or put it in the comments under any of my videos. John, I want a book. And I will reach out to you and get you a book one way or the other, okay? I created this philosophy because I just needed something to anchor to. I needed an anchor. Religion gives a lot of people an anchor. But the problem with an anchor with religion, it is not real. It's not real, okay? It's wishful thinking. I understand there's going to be a number of people that follow me that like my videos because I do motivate. It's a motivational book, and I speak on motivation, on how to do things. And a lot of people probably follow me that are religious. I'm not damning you. I'm not cutting you down. I'm not, it's none of that. But think critically. Use your mind. Use your mind, not your feelings. Don't make your judgments with your feelings. Your feelings can lead you astray a lot, okay? Make a critical decision on things. Yes, we all are driven by our emotions. We are driven by our emotions. I get that. I totally get that. We get caught up in our emotions. We make good decisions and make bad decisions. But when it comes down to brass tacks, you have to think critically. This is black. This is white. This is a dark room. This is a light room. Which room do I want to walk into? What is the most logical room to walk into? If I had to make a choice, as a test, I had to make a choice. This is a pitch dark room. This is a lit room. What is the answer to that question? It's so simple. It's black and white. Like my shirt, black and white. You're going to walk into the room that has light so you can see, so you can make decisions. Think critically. Think critically. And don't hate me for what I believe. And don't hate me or dislike me or disfriend me because of my opinion. Because I'm not saying you are wrong, and I'm not saying I am right. I am saying this is in addition to what you believe. But what you believe in, you must look at it critically. I'm not pointing fingers at you personally. It's not a personal thing. The picture's much bigger than that. The picture's much bigger than what you think or what I think. It's what collectively we all must understand in the world. In order to save this planet, in order to save humanity, in order to save this planet, in order to save humanity, we've got to remain human. We've got to remain human. If we don't, it's going to be a dark future for our kids or our grandkids. Hope that gave you a brief introduction on what Common Point is. Maybe I'll read something here for you real quick. If I can find the page in this book. The Common Point philosophy of life-changing thought. You hold the power of any God. Strong statement, right? Great, I got your attention. Through the power of your own existence, you become what you are. Therefore, by the powers you already possess, you can create anything. All the answers are embedded in the living things, including you. For instance, to create a cleaner energy, we can rely on the process called photosynthesis. Okay? A long time to write this book. I had to get this out. I had to get it out there. The other reason why I wanted to do this video is I don't want to mislead people. I don't want to build a strong following on pretense. This is what you think it is. I don't want to give you a false hope. I don't want to bullshit you. I want to tell you the straight truth about who I am, what the philosophy is, or what it can do for you, and my opinions about religion, okay? I just want to make that clear before we get too far down the road and, well, I thought it was, oh. No, I think my hair's sticking straight up. It's hilarious. So anyway, I'm going to go. The Common Point philosophy is about connecting to source.